Hello there. I think we should be live. As usual, let me know how the audio is. I think it should be fine using the same setting from last stream after I got it fixed then, so should be fine now. I hope. I think so. While I let a few of you get in, I think I'll just start by preparing at least for the fights that I'm planning to do here. Sorry. So yeah, here I'm planning on taking this province here. Quite a few easy fights actually. This one is easy, this one is easy, this one should be fairly easy, this one should be alright, this one is probably going to be a bit difficult, this one is easy, this one a bit challenging as well, and this one a bit challenging as well, but definitely not the worst fights I've had. So yeah, welcome Heineck, welcome Hayden, welcome to the stream. But yeah, as I kind of went over last stream, I do need to do some preparation before I can start. I need some damaged rogues, so I'll do that first. Takes a couple of minutes, so a little bit annoying, but not too bad. And the reason for that is that the enemy units will attack my rogues first. So the main challenge in in the Space Age has been the Teslas, the ranged units, because they can hit through stealth, which is a real pain. So yeah, let's do some preparation before that by playing through this a couple of times. And another annoying thing is that the units heal quite quickly. According to the wiki, the healing time is around 2 hours, 2.5 hours I think. But perhaps when it comes to the final hit point it heals faster or something like that. Haven't really looked into it, but I did some I remember last stream I did some preparation like I'm doing right now, but they healed much quicker than 2 hours, that's for sure. So yeah, I don't know. So I'll do this 2 times I think, then I will start, and then I imagine have to go back and do it again. I have my arc level 99. I stock up and snipe my force mines for up my total level 66 for recurring quest to help in the Arctic future. Yeah, the Arctic future is quite a nice area to do those quests in. It takes some time, but there is a quest in Arctic future to build decorations, which is quite cheap actually. So that's something you can do if you want to. But yeah, again, it does take quite a long time, so a bit annoying as well. Alright, there we go. So, luckily I found this this province here. It's quite nice, easy to do it there, so I've kind of gotten a routine going. Speeds things up a little bit. So yeah, not too bad. Then each time move my damage rogue out and let it hit my other rogues or hovers, and repeat until all of them are damaged. Hello there, Nova. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right. And yeah, Nova, speaking of, beta stuff, I was thinking of making a video quite soon, I think, on how the beta stuff works. I think that should be quite fun. How we find the spoilers and stuff. Share some of the tools that I've made myself and that I use. I think that would be a cool video. Alright, there we go. That's enough for this time. And I'll do it one more time, and then I will start the actual fighting. I'm not sure if you can do that many. I'm not sure if you can do 1,000 recurring quests, Hayden, because there is a limit on aborting quests. So you can't abort more than 2,000 quests, and each loop is probably 10 or so quests that you need to abort. So not sure if you can do that many, but you'll still be able to do a lot of them. And of course, doing those specifically, the decoration ones, it does take time. So yep, that's kind of my goal as well. I have been a little bit hesitant because, I don't know, part of me don't want Inno to know all we know, but I don't think they mind actually. I think if they really minded, they would, you know, be more careful about hiding stuff, but it doesn't seem like they are, you know, care about people finding stuff. So yeah, you can't abort more than 2,000 quests per day. It was added a year or two ago to quite a lot of noise, but personally I'm perfectly fine with the limit. I don't think it was the right way to solve the problem they wanted to solve, which was people using bots to complete those, to complete recurring quests. But it's, yeah, I don't know. Most people will never notice it, and even if you wanted to do 1,000 quests per day, I don't think you would have the time to, or you would have the time, but it would be way too boring, I think, to do 1,000 of those quests, because I remember doing it and it took way longer than I imagined. So yeah. Here we go. Let's start taking some damage. Hello there, Rex. Welcome to the stream. Soon I will be embarking on my journey to fight the Space Age Mars province. But yeah, right now I'm just doing a bit more prep work. And then I will start. I'll do the easy ones first. And then I think I will need more damaged rogues eventually. So I'll do a few more fights if needed later on. But I'll do, after this I'll move on to the province. We can start taking down some sectors of that. I have the time, and with mechanical movement I'll have for doing the same thing again and again. It doesn't even need to see the screen. Well, yeah, sure. But yeah. You'll see. And you can definitely do it if you have time and if you want to. Yeah. Alright, there we go. That's all for this round. And I'm not completing this fight because it's the easiest one I've found. In the beginning, I was doing it on the Guild Battlegrounds, which worked perfectly fine. But yeah. Hello there, Ralph. Welcome. Hey, hey. Alright, so we are now getting damage and surrender. I'll show it right now, Richard. I'll show it right now. And I also want to record this because eventually I will make a video of this. I know I'm quite far behind. I still have Virtual Future, Arctic Future, and Oceanic Future to make videos on. Eventually they will be out. So I also want to record it. And for that I will turn off the layout. I will go into full screen. Let me just quickly complete these. There we go. And oh, by the way, the reason I'm not scouting this is because if I find the link someone sent. So here, I can share this in the comments as well. Someone posted this on, I think it was you, Nova, that posted this. But yeah, here, the fastest way to get through this is without taking these, so I'm not taking them. But yeah, Nova is right, I need to hurry up so that so that the units don't heal. Oh, wrong world. This world here. So yeah, that's why I'm not scouting this one. Anyways, let's start recording and let's start fighting. And I'll quickly go through the easy ones first. So this one is very easy to do with some combat drones. Hello there, Bellion, welcome. So yeah, there you can see, because my rogues were damaged, the sentinels hit my damaged rogues before hitting my main unit. If my rogues weren't damaged, it would hit my main unit. I might potentially lose it. And in certain fights, not this specific fight, I would probably be fine without it. But in a lot of fights, especially with Teslas, it is required really to win the fight. Because otherwise the Teslas would just kill my main unit. and I wouldn't be able to to win it. Would be able to, I suppose, with 8 fast units, but that would require a lot of healing, so yeah, a bit wasteful. Do you know already how much diamond need for extra event building in the next event? Yes, roughly speaking. It will be... oh... 14, 15,000 I think it was. They've done some changes, which I will cover in my guides. But I think I did some calculations yesterday. It's on my Discord. I think I came to the conclusion that it would be 16 times 1050 diamonds. But if you include some incidents, you can probably get 200 to 300 incidents there. So if you include those, the diamond cost is probably around... yeah, around... what was I going to say? Around 13, 14,000, I think. I think I'm going to go with 4, actually. So here we see the beauty of the damage rogues. These units here will now hit my damage rogues instead of my turtles. And luckily, because these are very grouped together, I should be able to win this with... I'll probably take 1 hit of damage, I think. Because I'm not going to be able to kill both of these. I'll be able to kill one of them. But yeah, that's why it's so nice to do this. To use damage rogues. Or essential, really. I wouldn't have been able to do this without it. Alright, I just need to make sure that I stay out of range of these for my next wave. So I need to move out there. So yeah, now it'll hit my... I think that was a... yeah, that was a rogue. Alright, yeah, now we're good to go. I can actually just kill off these. And then I'll kill off the final Tesla. So there we go. You can see that I damaged my rogue. I wouldn't mind losing rogues. It's required. But yeah. Alright, which one is next? This one. Might be the next one. Ah, no, this one. This one's going to be easy, so let's do this one next. And yeah, it's also nice that I'm able to spread, or that these are on the opposite sides, so that they hit 2 rogues instead of killing off the same rogue. With more Teslas, you'll see that they kill off a couple of rogues on first wave, but yeah. Do you think that PvP Arena Awards might be a good way to farm wishing wells? I got 2 in 2 weeks on Euceria. I don't know. Wouldn't think it's the best way, but it might be one possible way to do it. And yeah, the turtles are really good against the light units, as you can see, especially when they group together. The winter event was brutal for dailies. It's always been that, so I wouldn't expect any changes. Alright, so I'm thinking I'll go this one next, and let's see, if I do this, I think I'll do this. I think I'll use 2. Perhaps could have used more, but I think I'll use 2. Okay, quite lucky there, so I'll be able to kill off quite a few of these. So that's nice. I think I'll do that, and then I'll hit that, and I'll be able to kill off 3 of them at least. And then hopefully at least 1 more. Let's just make sure to stay out of range of those. Alright, let's see. 3 to 6 damage. 3 to 6. Is it half the damage to 50% damage? Okay, so if I do 6 damage, I will kill both of these. If I if I do 3, I won't kill either of these. I'll take the chance. Okay, almost, but not quite. So yeah, I'll lose probably 1. Oh, only 1. Okay, nice. And then I'll be able to kill off these 2 very easily. So yeah, there we go. Lost 2 rogues, but that's no problem at all. Alright, so I'm thinking this one next, and I think I'll do something like this. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Okay, that's actually quite good. That's quite good, actually. So yeah, I'll take down... Oh, need to stay at the range of that. Let's deal damage to all of these, and I think kill off all of those on one wave, perhaps. Or next time. And then I will kill off one of these. I think I'll kill off that, actually. I think there's a greater chance of these moving into range here, and possibly I'll be able to kill it off with... Okay, never mind. Okay, so they stayed quite far back, which is quite good, actually. So yeah. So let's kill off that guy. And I think... Yeah, let's deal damage there. So I need to move out of range of that one. Make sure to do that. Oh, I can actually kill it. Yeah, let's kill it. And let's make sure to stay out of range here. Ah, I messed up a little bit here, because this one is not in range of my rogue, which is annoying. So I think I'll actually do this, so that they might attack my hover tanks first. Not sure if it will. Okay, it did. Nice. So yeah, and now it's easy enough to kill off the rest. Quite tough, actually. Yeah, we are good to go. So there we go. Took a bit of damage on the hover tank, but that's fine. Probably not going to use it again. As for these two, I need turtles. Alright, how many should I use? I'm thinking 2, but I think I'll do this one first, because this one is easier. Oh, not fully health ones. We need damaged ones. Alright, there we go. Hi, can you stream watch my town? Yep, I will be able to do some city, or will do some city reviews this week, this stream. Wow, really lucky here. That's nice. So I'll be able to take down quite a few of these. Not all, I think, but yeah, a few, quite a few. I'll be able to take down, or perhaps we will be able to take down all. Yeah, I think we might actually be able to take down all. Nice. That's really good. Nice. Really lucky. And yeah, if I'm fast, I'll be able to complete the next one as well. You need the damaged rogues, because if I didn't have the damaged rogues, the enemy units would hit my main units instead of the rogues. Something in the AI makes them hit the damaged rogues first. It's probably simply the fact that they damage, or they target damaged units first, I imagine. So because they are damaged, they hit the rogues before the main units. If they weren't damaged, they would hit the main units first, if the main units are in range, and I would simply lose the units. I wouldn't have been able to win these. So that's why. Alright, let's do this one as well. I think I'm gonna try this. Definitely not as lucky this time. But these are very grouped, so perhaps I will be able to... I don't know, perhaps I will be able to take down all of these, because... No, never mind. That's unfortunate. I think I'll try again, actually. I'll surrender and try again. I think I might have better luck. Let's try again. Hopefully I have enough rogues left. I don't, okay. Well, I will... Or actually, let's just try 3. might actually be what is required, because if I had one more, that would have helped quite a bit actually. Very unfortunate. And some worse grouping, but might still be good. Wow, that's unfortunate. You know what? I'll try again. Don't think I would have been able to win, but I'll try again. So first of all, I need to go back here and do some more prep work. Need some more damaged rogues. Let's get some more damaged rogues. Looking at the province owner, it's a shame you can't just use those as player portraits. That's not very nice. Interesting. Never really thought too much about it, but yeah. Don't think I need to infiltrate. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will need to, but I'll try one more time at least without infiltrating. And then, you know, if I'm not able to win it, I could perhaps infiltrate for a bit of an advantage, but I don't know. Yeah, perhaps it will help a bit. Perhaps I'll try it, but I'll try one more regular fight first. And if I'm not able to do that, then I will. Yeah, then I can try infiltrating first. I haven't really looked into the costs, but I don't. Scouting is starting to cost quite a lot of coins. We're gonna see when I'm done with the fight, but I'm still good when it comes to coins. But I don't know. Eventually, I might run out, depending on what's required for further scouts. I haven't really looked into it. Perhaps I will, or I guess I need to look into it. But yeah, scouting is starting to cost quite a lot. So yeah. There's a whole asset for them. Province owner is 0. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of assets with 0. It's a combination of... There are individual assets as well. But yeah, they're all combined in one big one. So I'm not quite sure why they need both, but must be something in the code. Alright, there we go. I'm really looking forward to trying Space Age. That's not damage, Really looking forward to try Space Age asteroid belt fights. I think they might actually be a bit easier because of the stealth. Don't think there is any stealth immune units that ignore stealth. I think so. I think it will probably be easier. But yeah, we'll see when that time comes. Let's try to win it. I think I will still go for 2 and hope for some better luck, because I do still need a couple of rogues for a second wave. So I think I'll try 2. All I want is for not to be one hit. Okay, so that's better. That's better. Okay, this is better. I could take down one of these, but that wouldn't... No, I'll take down more of these instead. And hopefully this doesn't... Of course it does. Of course it does. I'll try again. No, I want some better luck. Oh, there are some Teslas actually. Interesting. What do you think, Nova? Should I go for more than 2 turtles. I think two is good. Let's try again. Right, and let's take down but it might still be all right. Let's try it. We need not to. It would be ideal if they hit each hit one. But they didn't. Again, that's not ideal. I don't know. Let's just continue and see how it goes, because I need to do one more prep fight regardless. So I'll just continue, see how things go. Okay. Let's take down. Well, that was wasteful. Let's continue still. So I can take down. Come on. Oh, interesting. Interesting. But yeah. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I do need some more healed units. So let's try it again. Again, we need to do some more prep work. So yeah. Never thought with those there. I see. I think I will probably do the... I probably will infiltrate. I think it might be needed, especially for the second wave, so... Yeah, let's do that. I think I'll still go for 2. Yeah, I think I'll still go for 2. Maybe flying units. No, I don't think flying units would work. Because there are only 2, so say I... No, I don't think it would work because I need... So if I use 1 flying unit, I would probably end up having... I might be able to kill 2 Teslas on first wave. Then I would have 4 of them left. They would probably kill 2 units, so I would be able to kill 2 of them on the second wave. But then still have 2 of them left to take down. They would probably kill 1 or 2 more, so second wave I would probably only have, I don't know, 3 rogues perhaps. And I don't think that's enough to kill off the enemy units. The 4 Teslas there. So, I don't know, I don't think so. Alright, now let's start taking some damage. Here we go. There we go. What does the movement cost mean? So this unit has a movement cost or a movement of 15, which means it can move not 15 tiles, but each tile has a specific movement cost. So here you can see movement cost of 3. So for each tile I move into, I lose or subtract 3 to the movement. So if it has 15 movement, if I go here, it would be subtracted to 12, 9, and so on. If it goes to 0, you can't move further. So, and yeah, some terrain, as you can see here, has a higher cost. So rocks 4.5, brush 4.5, lake 3. I thought it was more. Swamp, I thought swamp was more as well. But yeah, certain terrain has higher cost. So you can't go below 0 on a move, so Yeah, that's how it works. Alright, there we go. Here we go. Two more to take damage. Go. Alright, there we go. Alright. Let's try one more time. And I'm gonna be sticking with the same one. So it costs 2.5 million to infiltrate. I have 35 million. So I'm not that rich. I do get quite a bit, so I get what? 1 million for this province. No, 2.5 million perhaps. And I do get some coins back from some of this, I thought at least. Yeah, you can see the scouting cost is 5 million, so yeah, I don't know. But I think I will infiltrate this one because it's proving to be quite challenging. So, let's try again. Once again, I'm going to use 2 turtles. Hope for some better luck. All I want is for this not to be one hit with the keen eye. Like that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll try again actually, because I think I have just enough damaged rogues to do it. I think I have 2 more left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go, 2 more. So let's try once more, see if I have some better luck. Alright, that's good. Didn't lose that to a keen eye proc. Didn't lose that, okay, that's good. And I was able to get both of those, so that's nice. Alright, so I have one of these, that's good. So that is 4, both of these are 4, so I don't know, let's try that. That's a shame. Let's continue still, let's see how things go. Alright. Now the annoying thing, I can't take down both of these. So let's move further out. Actually, I only need... No, I need 2 hits to take down all of these, actually. But let's move out still. This is not gonna work. Wave 2. Yeah, it's not really gonna work wave 2, because that's gonna die. So I only have 1 rogue left. Sorry, I don't know, thanks for the tip about wishing well snow. Ah, okay, I don't know that. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I could heal some rogues, but the thing there, if I heal them, they will be full health, so that won't really help either. Alright, let's try with 4 turtles. But again, I know it's a bit boring. Yeah, again, we need to do some prep work. Need some more damage for rogues. And yeah. Anyway, I wish it was easier to prepare it ahead of time, but they heal relatively quickly, at least the final hit point, so can't really do that either. Alright, here we go. Anyway, so what have you guys been up to these last days? Have you been doing anything interesting? Anything fun? Personally, I haven't really done too much. Been quite busy at work, so that's fun. Let's wait, actually. Alright, there we go. And I'll wait until they have killed all or transformed all my rogues, and then I will move them out of the terrain. Or out of stealth. Oh, there we go. Go, let's move that guy out. So yeah. Luckily, as I mentioned earlier, I found a nice system here with this specific sector, so at least it's not that time consuming to do this, although it does take some minutes. So alright, there we go, that's all. I somehow ended up as a guild battlegrounds commander in a guild in Useria, so that takes up plenty of time. Interesting. Hopefully things are going all right. Alright, so let's do 4. Let's do 4. The issue is that sometimes the turtles have hit, or the Teslas have hit them, but it doesn't look like that'll happen here, so that's nice. And then, yeah, probably take down these. Okay, this might actually be the way to go, and then... Okay, this is better. I will probably lose a turtle or 2, or perhaps even 3 in this wave. But I'll go for it. I might not even lose 1, because it will hopefully take 3 of these Teslas to kill one of my rogues. Then the 4th one will hit one of my main turtles, but hopefully, if I'm lucky enough, they won't I won't have to face Keen Eye. But yeah. Okay, so that's nice. That one didn't. Alright, good. I think I'll be able to do this. I think I will be able to take down all of these. Oh, nice! Alright, so that was the way to do it. That was the way to do it. 4 turtles. Okay, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Didn't even lose it. I definitely could have if I was a bit less lucky with Keen Eye. But yeah, there we go. So that's that sector. Which one should I need both of these, I think, but I'll do that one first. I think that's expansion, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there we go. It only took half an hour, but we got there in the end. So let me stop recording. Let's get the overlay back up and running. So yeah, there we go. Alright, nice. Alright, with that, I think I will start doing some city reviews. So if you would like me to have a look at your city, please let me know in the chat and I will have a look. It's definitely been a bit too long since I've done some of these, so it will be nice to know. I did see some names earlier in the chat, but just make sure that people are still here. If you want me to have a look at your city, write your name again in the chat and I will have a look at it. And yeah, that should be fun. Even if I have looked at it previously, if you've done some updates, I'm definitely more than happy to look at it again. Don't expect me to remember, but yeah. I can Hynek, but I need the name and the server you play on, and the world you play on. Then I can definitely have a look. So yeah. And then later on I have some anything else I will talk a little bit about, but for now I'm going to do some city reviews first. My city doesn't have changed some, so maybe a future review when in Arctic Future add much more space. Yep, I can definitely do that. Eric, go. On EN18, that's easy, I can do that. And that's definitely can do. Up there. Alright, let's start with EN18, because I have a world here, so it's easy to check out. Let me quickly collect. Oh, that's right. That's right. I have this sector here as well. Let's actually quickly do this, because I only need to negotiate it. So, I think I have all the resources I need. I hope. I haven't really prepared. I just assumed I had them, but perhaps I don't. So we'll see if I have enough for all. Yeah, I'm negotiating these for the what's it called? For the story quests, so that I can do those easily enough. New World Investment. I know I have that. I know I have that here. Pretty sure at least. So let's quickly have a look. New World Investment. I don't. Alright, let's quickly check it out. New World Investment. Okay, not really worth it, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll abort that. Build 10 residential buildings. Sure, I can do that. Because did not specify any age, which means I can just do some huts real quickly. So real cheap, so that's easy enough to do. So yeah, after I'm done with this in a couple of minutes, I will have a look at some cities. Alright, there we go. And then one more. There we go. 20 coffee. That's nice. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, there we go. So actually I need to, or want to do the supply one instead. There we go. Alright, let's continue. Ah, some forge points, that's nice. Let's do that one. Do I have the gunpowder? I do. Alright, nice. And then, haha. Okay, so I'm missing some herbs. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. Looks like that's the only thing. So I need 36 herbs. Should be able to trade that. Let's see if there's anything, any trades open. There are. Sure, let's do that. Alright, there we go. So, that's nice. So now I need to scout both of these. I'll just do that first and then this. And then I'm just going to be following my guide here, which will involve me scouting this but not taking it, fighting all of these upper provinces here. That will allow me to scout the next map. So yeah. Let's see, I think the next one is to scout both of those. It is, okay, so I'm able to take this now. Usually when I get these 5 units ones, especially if there is an event going, or I know that I will have some quests coming up where I need to recruit units, I often don't like to take these immediately. But now I can just take it because I don't have any of those quests. Alright. So yeah, there we go. Let's actually complete this. How many more? That is 7. There we go. Alright, then let's just quickly collect while I'm here. Ooh, inspiration. What does that give? Inspirations. Yeah, it's this one. That is 10 forge points. In exchange for infiltrating 8 sectors. I think I can do that. I think I have enough left here. Don't actually have that many. How much is it? It is 7 point... Yeah, I think I'll do it. Right. That's 5. Need 3 more. Let's do it here. Actually, no. Let's do it up here. Much cheaper. I will take that province for the expansion, so that's why I infiltrated that one. So yeah. Then I need to aid some players. I'll just do it manually here. And yeah, then I will have a look at cities, because then, yeah, I've done all I need to do here, collection-wise. And yeah, I'm ready to go then. Here we go, a couple more. How are we doing? 4 more. 3 and 4. Yeah, so it doesn't count if you don't motivate. So here you can see some of them I didn't motivate something, and then it doesn't count. Right, there we go. So 10 forge points. That's definitely very nice this early on. And now I'm ready to collect. Right, there we go. I also see that I have some collections to do in the settlement. Let's do that real quickly. Alright, there we go. And just to be lazy about it, I will auto this. Probably gonna lose a few. Oh, only 1. That's nice. I know I said I will go on to do city reviews, but I just quickly want to do this because otherwise I will forget. And I have been quite lazy, so I haven't really started the settlement a couple of days ago, but I've only done a handful of collections, so yeah, let's complete this, and then I promise you I will go to city reviews. Right, we can probably stay at range of both of these. Yeah. I think I will be still good here if I do this. Yeah, there we go. So let's stay at the range of all of those. Alright, there we go. So let's try to stay out of range of those. I'll take a 1 hit from that, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, nice. And then I didn't check what the second wave was, I think, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, that should be fairly fine. Alright, let's make sure to stay out of range. Out of range of all of these. Alright, there we go. Can I keep out? I don't think I can keep out of range of that. No, so let's not bother about keeping out of range of that one. Let's stay in the brush to be safe, so that doesn't lose a hit point. But the settlement's so slow, I wish they'd last half the time. Yeah, they can be quite slow. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, with the pace they are releasing them, it's all right. I also noticed that I can collect there. I will wait a bit, I think, before I collect that. I've checked the Arctic Future and Behemoth Troop are the same as hover tanks, but with more stats, so maybe I change the troops when I'm going. No. They are in theory, but they have lower range, I believe, and there are far less... it's hills, I think. Don't think I have any here. Don't think I have any behemoths. I only have the other ones, yeah. But the behemoth, I think it's hills they have stealthed on, and there are far fewer of those. Oh, unit. Highs on hills, yeah. So it's much harder to get that to work. They have the same force field, but yeah. 12 range, 12 movement, which is quite low. And then the hovers are 12 range, the same range, but more movement, which is a big deal actually. Because yeah, the behemoths, they do feel really slow. And as I mentioned, they don't have stealth on planes. And another reason why that is important is that all the starting tiles are planes. So hover tanks will always be stealth on wave 1, on wave 1, which behemoths are not guaranteed to be, or they are not going to be that on wave 1. So no, behemoths are definitely not up there with hover tanks. They are far worse, even though the stats are better. Usually not that important really. Actually, it probably would be a bit in Space Age Mars right now. I would probably be able to hit a few more units than I am now with the hover tanks. But still, definitely not up there with the hover tanks. Alright. Erico, GPG Fighters, let's have a look. So, you are in the Iron Age, I see. That's a very nice and neatly organized city, I see. So, first thing I noticed, this road up here. That said though, not really that big of a deal. Usually, of course, wouldn't do that. You probably know that. So a road here, only connecting buildings on one side. But this is very neatly organized and you don't really have room, I suppose, for one more row, so you would have to reorganize a bit to avoid that. Same thing up here. You could probably try to rework things a bit here. Try to avoid these two roads. Possibly have only these 3x3 buildings horizontally here instead of vertically. That might be an idea. Hello there, Tuber. Welcome. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. Here we go. Progressive era. So is this a regular progressive era or is this higher age units? Sorry about that, Derek. So yeah. So, really like the chain here. Cypress Pass. That is... I always have to look this up, but I believe that's the attack one. Yeah, that's the attack one, so that's really nice. Yeah, really nice in the age. It gives a lot. Yeah, a lot for the size. Or it's all right in terms of what it gives for the size, but it gives a lot real quickly in this age. So many rogue hideouts. Definitely a lot of rogue hideouts. Seeing as you also have an Alcatraz, now depending high rate units, I don't think you need all those rogues, so you can probably start getting rid of those as you need more space. Because yeah, personally, on this world, I have a level... Oh, I also have a level 10 Alcatraz, but I have way more rogues than I need. I have 1400, and even though I am starting to lose some now, more than enough. So, yeah. So yeah, not sure if if you really need all of those. So yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. It does look really well organized. Let's have a quick look in the town overview. Oh, come on, Jibber. That's not really a good tip. You can in theory, but that's not how you want to do it. But yeah, there's nothing really you can do to speed up settlements. Oh wow. That's quite frank. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. Finish the settlements in at your speed. So, the rogue hideouts are very useful, sometimes not enough. I don't know. If you get some use out of them, that's nice, but if you do need more space, that's probably the first thing I would look at replacing. You probably don't need more than one eventually. Alright, so let's have a look here. So the town hall here is quite nice, though you might want to look into if you're doing a rebuild, because you do have some big buildings. You could do something like this. You've seen it quite a few times, I know. With the town hall, 1 road and 3 big great buildings. You can probably do it with the... I would go for the Ark, the Temple of Relics and the CDM probably. Because the Alcatraz is quite easy to end into with 1 road, like we're doing right now. So, I don't know, I would probably do it with these 3 buildings. Perhaps move the town hall over here and try it out with these 3, something like that. So yeah, that's really good. Let's go back here to the town overview. Let me see. Oh, I see you have some more here. So yeah, I would try to replace those. So you have 10 gunsmiths, which is quite alright for event quests and so on. That's not sure if I would do anything about that. You could consider replacing a few with some blacksmiths if you need a bit more space, but that's probably going to be fine for most events. So more than 1 year I start my second Viking settlement because I hate the settlement, but I need the building from settlements, they are so good. Any tips? I do have a series of videos on my YouTube channel, a walkthrough of the settlement, not strictly a guide necessarily. I'm simply just playing through, doing live commentary. So you can check that out if you want to. But yeah, personally I'm not really that bothered about doing settlements at the moment, so yeah. I do hope we get a new settlement soon though. I definitely agree there. Speaking of that, I distinctly remember you saying a while ago that you know why there has been a delay. And I think you said that it wasn't necessarily good or bad for the players. So do you know anything more about when a new settlement might come out? But yeah, definitely needs to be some improvements to them. I agree there. I think my main issue with the settlement, especially the Moogals, it's really boring. So yeah, I think some more variety would be nice. If that's from each playthrough, a bit more variety perhaps. Or just something more to spice things up. It was simply too slow. I plan on swapping all the percentage buildings into Sakura sets for this world. Apparently it's the best for progressive world. Second best, second/third best behind the fall set. Fall set is much better. And then arguably the Celtic set. I don't know. I think I would probably go for... I would probably put the cherry set above Celtic Forest because it's much harder to get the Celtic Forest and it's also a mix of attack and defense, so for attacking army. So yeah, I would say it's the second best behind fall set. But yeah, you can probably get the cherry sooner because yeah, the fall set doesn't have anything, or wouldn't probably not be available except for in the antique dealer until the fall event next. So almost a year until then. I don't know when, but I know what is planned as a theme, but I also have further information on settlements in general I cannot share yet, sadly. Interesting. So yeah, looking forward to know more about that. Oh, do you have any information about Guild Expedition? Level 5. It's been really quiet on that front. It's been over a month now. We didn't get anything else after October 20th. So it's been over a month since last time. Yeah. I think I got quite a light drop from the fall event, but yeah, definitely not the best. I imagine, or I assume you went for Stage of Ages, perhaps? Yeah, the Guild Expedition will get a new level eventually. We don't know anything about it. Or, apart from what we learned the first couple of days. But yeah, no new information in quite some time. You know when they plan? Alright, that's interesting. So... if you know when... I don't know, I guess you can't say, but is it this year or next year? I imagine... I don't know. Not really, because I imagine that the devs will probably go on holiday for a week or two, or perhaps even more during the winter, so probably don't have that many weeks until that. So yeah, anyways, back to the town here. In terms of buildings to replace, if you need more space, I think the main thing, as we talked about, is the rogue hideouts. The aviary is not good, so I would replace that eventually. Other than that, all your buildings are good. I think probably the first thing to start replacing, even though they are good, would be things like the checkmate squares, the winners plazas, and the stage of ages, because those are probably the first to go eventually when you start getting some more cherry pieces, fall pieces, and so on. So yeah. I imagine Jupiter probably wants to tell us more, but he can't. He's not in charge of when the information is available for all of us. Yeah, I do agree. The winners plazas, they give, is it 8 attack or 7 or 8 attack for the age, which I think is on par with the checkmate square. Winners plaza, it is 8, and the checkmate square, is it 7 or 8? It's 7, okay. And same with the botanical rotunda, I think so. So yeah, get rid of those, and then after that, probably the stage of ages. So yeah. So yeah, anyways, just reading the chat. So yeah. Now in terms of the layout, as I mentioned, you could probably try to update the town hall a bit. But other than that, I think it's quite alright. Not sure if you can do too much to improve it. I think in general it's quite nice. We'll try to also get the sentinel outposts here away from the roads. But then again, you don't really have too much space because you have all of these big buildings and the chain here. So yeah, overall quite alright, quite good. Eventually, yeah, you can replace them, but I don't know. I would keep the Eagle Mountain until the last. yeah. The Windows browsers are good in the higher ages, but in lower ages they are not good, and because he is using higher age units, he's going to stay in progressive for quite some time. So yeah, the Windows browsers will have to go eventually. So yeah, I think, unless you have any other questions, I think I will move on to the Czech server. I will probably have to... Let me quickly go here to log on. It is probably... the worlds are probably deleted now, I imagine. So I will probably have to... 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Okay. That password did not work. Let me see if I have, if it's another password then. Okay, there we go. So yeah, yeah, of course. So sadly, if you're not active for 30 days and if you're low enough age and so on, worlds will be deleted. So yeah, I will have to go through the tutorials again. So I guess it's time to get the tutorial counter back. And I think actually, to speed things up a little bit, because I also later on need check numero dos. Let's do number 2 as well. Then let's do split screen. So that I can do both of these at the same time. Alright, there we go. Why is this much smaller? It should be half the size both of these, but this one is much smaller for some reason. And I can't zoom in. I think? Okay, I can. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Oh, by the way, that's another thing that you probably can't tell us anything about, but haven't heard anything about the tutorial update in quite some time now. Every now and then we do get a few more assets for it, but nothing that really says much. So I wonder when that might come. I do agree that the tutorial you should be able to skip it. Especially if you already have a world, then you definitely should be able to skip it. And I think there were some assets or some text or stuff like that in game that suggests that you will be able to, or that they are testing being able to skipping it. Not sure if that anything got of that, but I haven't heard a lot about the tutorial recently. Interesting. Okay. Let's get the house. So yeah, tutorial. Definitely not nice. Almost through them though, so that's nice. Just have to do the fight and then we are good to go. Every time I start a new world, I have to go through the tutorial. Not good. No bueno. I agree. I agree. Go. Alright, here we go. So yeah, almost there now. Almost there. After the fight, luckily you don't have to continue, because you are then able to look at players' cities. Alright, there we go. So, let's go here first. It was Mr. Honeyjack. Are you still in the chat? You can go here and you can search for the names. Space Age Jupiter, so that's quite nice. Martin, are you still around? Back over 30 minutes, alright. And then Apocalyptica. Okay, so Martin earlier said that he was going to take a shower, so he's probably going to be back in a moment. So while we wait for that, let's have a quick look at Heinek. Are you still around? Apocalyptica. There we go. Is one hover tank at 7 rogues in GPG good at everything? Yeah, it's good. That's going to be quite good. I have actually never tried it personally, or I have in terms of higher age units, but I've never fought against the current age units with it. But yeah. Yeah, Klaus, just let me know your name and the world you play on, and I'll have a look when you get back. Let's see, actually. Yeah, I should be probably streaming for another 45 minutes perhaps, so yeah. I can have a look in 30 minutes. Alright, so we have here late Middle Ages, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Only, yeah, I think so. Alright. So, first thing I notice, you have quite a few great buildings. Yeah, I probably wouldn't get any more great buildings or continue too much more on them until you have gotten your arc up to level 80 or so. Or until you've gotten it up to level 80, because it's quite wasteful, both in terms of space and forge points to spend on those now until you get the arc up and running. So I would wait more. High Middle Ages, okay. Yeah, late Middle Ages is the black one, right? Black and white. Yeah, okay. So High Middle Ages, that's correct. So yeah, I would focus on leveling up the arc. In terms of the layout, so first thing I noticed, this road here on the outer edge, that's quite wasteful because you're only using it on one side of these buildings. Also here, for example, you have rows on two sides of these very big buildings, which is quite wasteful. Similar here, you have rows on two sides of the this building, which is really wasteful. So yeah, I would try to rework the layout a bit, and I would try to move your big buildings to the edges of the city instead of having them in the middle here. I would probably using probably the Himadri, the Temple of Relics, and the CDM. I would try to move them to do something like this with your town hall. Okay, you're here, so I'll have a look at yours next, Martin. So yeah, I would do something like this with one road connected to the town hall and 3 big buildings like this. That would save you quite a few roads. Here we go. So yeah, and then try where possible, and you would be able to do this I think with most of these big buildings, only use one road for them. So let's see. So yeah, You can, for example, move the Alcatraz down here at the end and then end a road into it. That way only use one road for it. Similar with the Arc, for example, and so on. So that's something you can also work on. That will also save you some roads and some space. So yeah, you can definitely work on your layout here. Now in terms of the buildings you have, in general, I'm not a big fan of wishing wells on your main world, assuming this is your main world. So yeah, perhaps have a look at that, or perhaps replace that eventually. You don't have to remove anything right now, but wouldn't get more of them if this is your main world. The Shrine of Knowledge are quite outdated, although before removing any of those, I would first remove the houses if you can. I'll have a look a bit later on. So yeah, that's something I would look into. So the ballistas here, if you're fighting in guild versus guild, that's perfectly fine. You can keep those. But if you're not, then it's quite wasteful to still have these. So I would probably replace these eventually. Again, unless you are in the fighting in guild versus guild in Iron Age, in which case it's perfectly fine to have them. For now, it's alright to have this Governor's Villa, although, and same with the, I forget what it's called in English, but in general try to avoid having buildings that are not fully leveled. Either wait until next year before you place them or not, but you're fighting in guild versus guild. Okay, in that case, perfectly fine to keep these around. But yeah, you can also try to complete them, get the remaining pieces in the antiques dealer. Anyways, so yeah, in terms of replacing buildings, the Shrine of Knowledges, eventually, after replacing the houses, then I would probably also look at replacing the Sacred Skywatches, these two here. Hero's Tavern. I don't think it... because that's what I first thought, but the Hero's Tavern is bigger, right? I thought. Have I not placed it there? I can't see it. I have it here at least, I think. No, I don't. Here I think I have it. Yeah, here. It's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger. So it's not the Hero's Tavern. But yeah, that yeah, that doesn't matter. The log cabins as well, these buildings here, and I'm not a big fan of them, so eventually I would try to replace that as well. But yeah, September Cottage, that's right. So yeah, in general, try to avoid having not fully leveled buildings, but yeah. But yeah, other than that, buildings are quite alright. You do have quite a lot of great buildings, but yeah, for now, as I mentioned, focus on getting the Arc fully leveled. It looks like that's what you're doing, so just continue and do that. This one. Yeah, probably replace that as well eventually, but yeah, it's alright. Yeah, the Koa is quite a good building to get next probably, but yeah, I wouldn't get it until I've gotten the Arc quite a bit higher. Perhaps if you're stuck you could go for it, but yeah, I would focus on your Arc for now. So yeah, unless you have any other questions, let me go back to Mr. Honeyjack. Here we go. So, this is Space Age Jupiter Moon. Pretty sure I've looked at it before. Yeah, I have looked at it before. So, first of all, you have this very interesting layout. I can't quite remember exactly the efficiency, but definitely I think it's almost up there with the other ones. So, yeah, I think it looks really cool as well. So, that's nice. No worries, Anik, and thanks for letting me have a look at your city. Probably not on purpose, but this kind of looks like a mouth and eyes there. I don't know. Couldn't help but look at that and see that. All right. So, just having a quick think. First of all, looks really nice and neatly organized. All of these big buildings. I really like having the train. I mean, not the train. What's it called? A hippodrome. I like having the hippodrome in the middle. I had that last time. My last layout here. This time I moved it out here, but perhaps next time I will move it back in again. Yeah, that's really nice. Really nice here as well. Quite nice and neat with the sentinels out here. It's quite a nice way to do it. One road connecting the big building here. Same here. Let's see, the town hall is down here. Perhaps one thing you could try to do eventually when you're doing a rebuild. Not that I think you need to do any rebuilds immediately, but eventually if you do, you can, yeah, again, try to do something like this with a town hall and one road and 3 big buildings. But yeah, not really that big of a priority, I think. So yeah, overall really nice and neat layout. I really like this road as well. That really matters, but I quite like the blue look. Now in terms of buildings to replace, if you need some more space, let's see here, let's see. I don't know, a lot of these are quite good, of course. Possibly actually the checkmate square even. Or perhaps if you want to shift more towards either attack or defense. If you want to shift more towards attack, you could always start replacing things like the Druid Temple. No, that's attack. Checkmate Royal Gateway and Artemis Altars probably. Yeah, probably. Personally, I would probably go for the Royal Marble Gateways first, because I don't know. I've always kind of hated them. They're good, but I really hate having the 8-hour collection time, and I personally also don't really like the look of them. So yeah, I didn't end up replacing them this time on this world, or all of them. But next time I need more space, I don't know. I'm thinking I might just get rid of them, even though they are good. I don't know, I find them a bit annoying. So yeah. The State of Ages it's 19 attack, I think, in Space Age Jupiter Moon. State of Ages is 19. So that's a bit over 1 attack per tile, but 19 for 18 tiles, so eventually that's probably also one of the first ones to go, because they do take up quite a bit of space. That said, they will probably, I think, get 1 more attack in the next stage. A bit surprising actually that it didn't get an additional attack in Space Age Jupiter Moon, because there we have 13, 14, 15, 16 and so on. Interesting. Yeah, perhaps yeah, they will get a bit better, I suppose. The train is good. Perhaps we can get rid of the car. Saloni. That's probably the Is that a dining car? Saloon? I don't know. Let's see. Again, if you want more or less defense, more attack, perhaps the carceres and the Olympic treasuries, perhaps. But it really depends on if you want more attack or more defense. Winter Canal. I thought those were just above one attack as well. 24 for 20. Oh, actually, no, they're... Okay, I thought they were better, actually. So, yeah, perhaps those first, because they are... It's worse, actually, than the checkmate squares and the Royal Marble gateways, and actually, it might be just roughly the same as checkmate square. Planning to stay in Space Age Mars for a bit. Anyways, on which buildings I can get rid of. More eagle type sort of things. I would need to have a look at your city to really know. So if you want me to have a look, let me know your name, the world you play on, and the server you play on, and I can have a look a bit later on. So yeah, another thing, Mr. Honeyjack. Which server are you on, Jason? Is that the US or EN or? Ah, it's the defensive ones, okay. Alright, so then the defensive one is 30. 30 for 26 tiles. That's also, or 30 for 20. That's also a bit on the lower side, so even then, perhaps that's one of the first to go. 2,700, 1,900. That's really nice. That's more than I have. I have, yeah. Less on both fronts, so really nice. US, alright. So yeah, here. Now, yeah, as I mentioned, in terms of great buildings, it looks really nice and you have a lot of levels, so I don't know, probably wouldn't personally, but you could consider getting rid of the flying island, not that great. Depending on if your guild needs it or not, the atomium is quite big for what it gives, so I don't know, I feel like most guilds are a bit, or at least competitive guilds are a bit top heavy, so might not need it, or no, perhaps you are. That depends on your situation, of course. Blue Galaxy as well, not sure if you truly need that, so you might consider replacing that, or deleting it if you need more space. But yeah, that might be something to consider. So yeah, other than that, really nice. And yeah, unless you have any other questions, I think I will, any specific questions, I think I will move on to Explorer Ulysses. Are you still around? Mr. Farming Explorer, looks like you're still on. Fronton Alcatraz, 120. CF, where is it? There it is. Yep, that's definitely nice. So yeah, some nice targets. And after that, I don't know, looks like you have all your... Ah, the AI core. Yeah, that's also something that we might consider deleting, depending on if you need it or not. As you are in the highest age now, not sure if you need it anymore, so perhaps to consider deleting it. It looks really cool though, so yeah, who knows? Who knows? Not many seed walls to see cities. there seed vault there that I'm not seeing? Yeah, seed vault's definitely gotten a lot more value after the 8-all feature was added, for sure. Let's see, it was... oh, ES, sorry. I thought it was US. So, Espanol. Espanol, probably have to do the tutorial then, I imagine. Number 4. So yeah, need to do the tutorial here. Let's see if I need to do the tutorial on any other world. Yorkton... Birka. Okay, let me quickly have a look on which worlds I have. Yeah, it's probably quite... yeah, definitely a bit underrated. Alright, so a lot of my US worlds have been deleted as well, which is to be expected. So, 29, I do have that. I don't have B, and I don't have Y. Should we go for a triple? Let's go for a triple, why not? So, let's do that, and... let's mute that real quick. Alright, thanks for letting me know. The Farming Explorer. Alright, so then I also need Yorkton. So let's do it this way. Ooh, let's quickly mute this. Really annoying. There we go. Alright. I think I will zoom out 1. Alright. Let's go for it. Let's speedrun these tutorials. Right, there we go. Okay, let's collect real quick. This is how a pro player plays. Go. Foil for a bit annoying. I guess I should perhaps disable it here, but that's also a bit of work, so. Alright. Okay. I'll build the core to level 101, and I won't tear it down. It gives raw materials to the guild. Here's a new area it will be. Okay, yep, that's fine. So I'm really looking forward to the new tutorial. Hopefully it's going to be a bit better and possible to skip it as well. Right, there we go. That's the first age. And also hopefully the tutorial will show a better layout, because the starting layout is, to be frank, quite terrible. Not really up to the standard you... I don't know. It's not a good example. Or for a challenge, MooingCat, find a way to improve my city design efficiency. I can definitely have a look, but yeah, not sure if I have the time to do any no specific detailed reworks, but I can definitely have a look. Although, list is starting to get a bit full today, so I'm not sure how many more cities beyond those I've written down that I will get to today. I can write you down if you want to, but I can't guarantee that I will get through it today. Because yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I don't know, it's been, I know, a bit weird. I've been a bit ill for about 2 weeks now. Nothing too serious, nothing, just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit sore throat and stuffy nose and so on, but nothing, I don't know, I've been to work and stuff, so. But I'm definitely feeling it after talking for 1.5 hours, getting a bit tired. We'll be off now. Have a nice remaining stream. Nice. Thanks for joining, Jubber. Hope you have a good evening and weekend as well. Alright, let's go here to research the military one. And then we are good to go. I can't exit out. Alright, need to zoom out a bit, apparently. Thank you, Rex, thank you. As that is nothing... No, I'm fine, but yeah. Let's go this real quick, and then let's do the first fight. Go. There we go. Let's move through the first position. Acceptar. So yeah. There. And let's finish off the battles. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's get these organized. So that's US 24, US 27, which I think was first. Yorktown, which is 24, and then that's 27, I think. But then before that, ES4, which is this one. Alright, let's have a look. Explore Ulysses. I see what you mean. So yeah, this one is you. Alright, so colonial age. Is this a regular city, or are you doing higher age units? So you have some military buildings, so perhaps current age, if I were to guess. Campo del Cañón de Campania. Alright, let's have a quick look in the town overview. Colonial units, alright, I see. So, I quite like what you've done here. Kind of a mini version of what I've talked about in a few cities. And your main world, alright. Yeah, that's quite nice. Very nicely organized. We have quite a high efficiency, I see. No Alcatraz, asks Nova. Yeah, that's probably a good shout. Probably time to get it. Even at level 3, 4, 5, it's quite helpful. So, yeah, perhaps time to get the Alcatraz. You know, I generally don't recommend getting too many great buildings early on until you have the Alcatraz arc up and running and getting it fully leveled. But the Alcatraz is one of those buildings that I like to go for regardless early on. So perhaps you could consider getting that next. You can probably find some room for it here when if you have some expansions or when you get some expansions. That's one thing that I would probably focus on going forward. Try to keep your city in a square or rectangle. So I would try to get all of these expansions first. Then after that, perhaps work on getting these expansions, and then just continue on in a rectangle this way down here. So without too many outliers, I think. I'm literally going to build a trust tomorrow. Nice. So yeah, nice for that. Perhaps you're saving room for it here or something like that. But yeah, that's a good one to go for next. And I probably wouldn't get it much higher than level 6, 7 before, or until like get the arc to I don't know, level 80. So yeah, that will be my target. But yeah, in terms of layout, really nice, efficient here with these big buildings here connected to one road piece down at the end. If you are able to, try to do the same with the cathedral eventually. Here, for example, would be a nice place to have the cathedral, I think. But yeah, the balloon globo. Is that a... Is that a regular building, or is that well, that's a... I think that's quite an old event building, so I could probably replace that quite soon. But it does look really cool. So yeah. Terra Caravans, where are they? Where is it? Am I blind? I can't see it. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that doesn't look like... That's level 10, so yeah. It is what it is. You can try to finish it off next year. But yeah. Especially in your city, I see you still have quite a few houses and so on. Perfectly fine to get it this early on. Even if it's not fully leveled, that's alright. Of course then, in the future, try to level it fully. The farm here, I would probably... you don't have to do it yet, of course, because you still have plenty of regular buildings to replace. But eventually, I would probably replace these, get rid of them, and then try to get some more wheat fields and so on, and use those instead. Because yeah, not even fully leveled, it's not that great. But of course, this early on in your city, considering you do have plenty of regular buildings, it's fine to still have these around. Same thing with Wishing Well, probably wouldn't get any more of them. And same thing with the Shrine of Knowledges. At this stage, perfectly fine to have them, but eventually I would probably replace those. The first thing to replace though is probably try to replace the houses with other event buildings. Then, depending on what you plan to do, the good buildings are fine to have, but yeah, if you're camping you might not need them for that long, but if you're slowly moving your way through the ages, you can definitely rely on goods buildings. That's what I did early on my main city when I first started, so yeah, that's fine. Here as well, the Pirate's Hideout, not fully leveled, is yeah, it's quite a big building, so not the best, not ideal. I would try to finish that next event, probably next summer event. But yeah, it's alright. Looks like you're working on the Egypt settlement. No, Viking settlement, sorry. So yeah, just continue that. Eventually, I would probably get rid of the tribal squares as well. Plaza Tribal. And I see that you have quite a few different... so you have field guns, I want to say. You have rangers and muskets. I'm not sure if you need all of them. It's a goods building. So yeah, not sure if not sure how much you're using the muskets and the rangers. Personally, I'm not using them at all. I'm more or less only using the field guns and the grenadiers, which are quite good as well. Or I'm not actually using them too much, but they are quite alright to use. So yeah, perhaps replace those depending on how much you use them. If you do use them, then by all means keep them. So yeah. Overall, very nice city. Definitely still room for new event buildings and so on when that comes out. But yeah, for now, it's really nice. And have fun with the Alcatraz when you get that. Will definitely allow you to fight more, especially with rogues. I'm definitely missing the Alcatraz here on this world, though I will probably get one relatively soon. So yeah, that's nice. So yeah. Yeah. Should aim for max level chocolaterie. You went to rent for sure, but it gives no population. It doesn't? Really? Really? I didn't notice. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. I never noticed. That's interesting. That's usually not the case. That's weird. Because it really feels like a building that should give population, so not sure if that is intended or not. Guess it's too late to ask Juber, because he's already left, but interesting. Alright, but yeah, definitely get it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Ted's truck myself. Oh no, that's right. Perhaps Katibo, because of the forge points. But yeah, both of those. I'm going to have dinner, have a nice stream. Alright, thanks for letting me have a look at your city. And let's move on to Moldy. Are you still around, Moldy Molten? Pergola, not even happiness. Interesting. That's interesting. Personally, of course, not really that big of a deal on most of my worlds, but it's still classed as a residential building, I'm pretty sure. Which is a bit weird if it doesn't give any. So yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, don't really mind it, but of course for newer cities it's not ideal. Not ideal. Alrighty. So let's have a look at Moldy on Yorkton. I believe that's US 24, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. That's one of those new items that were added, right, Nova? One of the new, or perhaps it's an old one. No, not this. Something similar was added. I remember. Guildfest frigates. Interesting. And interesting that you can't get any higher. Can't go higher, interesting. Usually there are plenty of other tabs. Perhaps I'm too young to get any more. Anyways, let's have a look. There we go. Reapers of Grimm, Space Age Mars. Alrighty, here we go. First of all, first thing I noticed, quite an interesting shape. Generally like having it in a rectangle. But yeah. It's alright, I suppose. But yeah. No, it's fine. Anyways, let's have a look. So first of all, the Crystal Flower Store. I'm pretty sure that's a production building, right? Yeah, that's a production building. So if you do need the supplies, that's fine. Though perhaps replace those eventually with some regular or with some event buildings. Now the first thing, or one of the first things I noticed, was these roads here on the outside of the map of the city. That's quite wasteful. I would try to rework that because yeah, you only have buildings on one side of the road, which is quite wasteful. I don't have any city in future. I do actually have a city in Future Era. So I suppose I can do a fight. There we go, that's a fight. I can do a bit more perhaps later on. The winter event pass, the event pass will only be available for real money, I'm afraid. I will cover it in my beta recap tomorrow. So yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. Then, secondly, all of these confectionaries. Again, if you need all the supplies, that's fine. But I would probably replace those as well eventually. Because yeah, in the age you're in, I don't think they're that good anymore. Hello there, Penny Boop. Yep, I'm doing some city reviews. Yeah, same here, Rex. Same here. I was probably gonna buy it, at least on one world. But yeah, now I'm probably not gonna buy it and just go for one main building on all my worlds instead of two on one of them. Yeah, it's been a while since I've fought against the contemporary era tanks, but I definitely remember how annoying they were. So yeah, another thing. Not sure how much you can do about it, but you do have quite a lot of big buildings. If we go into the town overview here, quite a lot of big buildings here connected, or fully connected to one side. Here as well, the Governor's Villas and so on, which is also probably not unavoidable. Or you probably can't avoid it, but yeah, I would try to connect a few more of those to the shortest side, or even with one road like this. It is indeed the Moose Mountain. Anyway, also try to connect buildings on the shortest side. That's also generally, yeah, better. So I think you can definitely improve quite a bit on the layout here. You have quite a lot of good, of nice buildings, but yeah, the layout you can definitely improve. And again here, in this area here, roads on one side is a bit wasteful. Not quite sure which... I quite like the look of this next to the Arctic Harbor, but yeah, a bit wasteful to have outliers like this, so I would try to avoid that and probably try to, or focus on getting these expansions here, so that you make it more of a rectangle in this area here. And you say that you are on the oceanic map, I'm assuming you mean continent map. I would definitely try to speed things up constantly, keep scouting constantly. whenever you reach a province, take it immediately and continue scouting, because you really do need to be in Space Age continent map when you get, or here, when you are there, because otherwise you will not be able to get all the special goods you need. So yeah, definitely try to do the map as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's what I would focus on. Let's see, where is your Alcatraz? Your arc, I mean. There it is. Level 91, that's quite nice. You have quite a few levels levels unlocked, that's nice. So yeah, that's nice. Trust at level 35, perhaps leveled it a bit. Himeji, probably get that up a bit. CDM, definitely get that up. Where is the suit? It's there. Yeah, I would definitely get that higher. You can definitely afford that. Same with the cathedral. So in general, you have a lot of buildings relatively low leveled, so I would focus on that. You now have 11 additional levels in the arc, so not sure if you need too much more there, at the moment at least. So I would focus on leveling up quite a few of your great buildings. You upgraded too fast. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, because you know, if you stayed in virtual future, it's not as if you would have, I don't know, gained much that you didn't, and you know, now you can always start getting goods, regular goods from recurring quests and so on. So yeah, I think it's fine. Should you buy medals in the dealer? I do not recommend getting medals in the antiques dealer, or I don't know, it depends. Really early on in the world, it might be worth it for a couple of quick expansions. But eventually, you really do want to get the arc and contribute to great buildings and get medals that way. So no, I do not recommend buying medals in the antiques dealer. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, unless you have any more specific questions, I think I will. The spear scratching is more no. It wasn't, but I guess I can do it. Probably can't hear it, but yeah. So yeah, unless you have any other questions, I think I will move on to execution. Benvis, you're just here in the chat, so definitely know that you are around. So that's 27. Let's go to 29. And while we are here, let's also have a quick look at the top player. Been a while since we've done that. But yeah, first let's go have a look at execution. Glorious bastards. Alright, so High Middle Ages. High Middle Ages. And first of all, love all the trebuchets. Actually, I'm still keeping mine here, even though I'm 2 ages higher. They will be replaced soon enough when I get to the field artillery here. So soon they're going to be gone. But yeah, I'm still using them mainly to auto fight here, and as you can see, I usually do quite alright. Lose a few every now and then, but yeah, I'm able to auto through all of these, which is nice. Anyways, that's not. Let's go back here. Let's see. Should you buy medals? Is colonial early enough? No, colonial I would consider too late to start buying buying medals from the antiques dealer, if that's what you were talking about. Trebuchets is probably my favorite units early on, until the field gun. But yeah, they're really nice, and I prefer them over cannons in the next age. So yeah, really nice units, and you have 6 of them, so that's really nice. And the Alcatraz, so you're able to work on it quite a lot. I'm seeing your messages, Benny. At least the last 3. Not sure if you've sent more or not, but I can see them. Anyways, so you have the Ark at level 10. I'm assuming you're working on that now. The Chateau, perhaps you're going a few levels in that. You have quite a few low level great buildings, which I know, a bit wasteful for the space. And I guess it doesn't look like you have that much space, to be honest. Most of it is covered with event buildings, so yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't get any more great buildings until you have gotten Ark and so on up and running, but yeah, perfectly fine for now. Now, in terms of the layout, it's quite alright. Yeah, quite alright. Perhaps you can try to do something like this, but it might be a bit too soon to really start working on it, but perhaps you can do that eventually. Find a better place for the golden crops. Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. Potentially down here might be a place. Yeah, that might be a place to do it. And then because you don't need this road, you already have a road down there. Then you can move the House of Wolf up here. Lighthouse, I don't know. You can move things around a bit to figure that out. Same with the Ark and Sunflower here. I would try to... Actually, you can possibly do something like this with those buildings. Might be a good idea. Yeah, I don't plan to add any great buildings anytime soon. Yeah, that's nice, Ben. That's nice, that's what I would do. Or that's what I... Yeah. Quite like the checkerboard pattern. Checkerboard pattern, see what I did. Anyway, that's nice. In terms of buildings to replace, not sure if I would replace too much quite yet. Wishing well, not... if this is your main world, not sure if I would do it. The Ark is level 10. Not sure if I would get any more wishing wells. On my main worlds, well, 133, 85, and 0. I have level 80 on one of my diamond farms. The other ones I don't have. No, I do have it on the other worlds, but level 10, 20 or something. Is that a lone ochre yard? There we go. Yep, that's a lone one. It's actually quite good for happiness early on. Alcatraz might be good, but yeah, it's actually not bad for just the happiness early on. But of course, eventually try to get some more pieces of the fall set. But yeah. That's a wheat field. I see, Begonia bench. Really hard to see. So yeah, you should try to connect the ochre yard to the wheat field. Get the full bonus of it. Because right now you only get the first one. Yeah, I see now. So yeah, try to move this one over here somehow, or move these somewhere else, and connect all of them. You could, for example, move this up there, then have 2 of these next to it here. That might be a compact-ish way to do it. Or you could move the wheat field over here, and then move the entire thing somewhere. That might be a way to do it. Yeah, you have a few ways to do it. The full set is indeed very, very good. So yeah, try to get some more pieces there next year, or in the antique dealer. Nice with the House of the Wolf, that's quite nice. Even this early on, they're quite good. Abandoned Asylum, not the best to be honest, but perfectly fine. Looks like you had quite a busy Halloween event. Similar results to me. So yeah, then eventually probably get or replace the shrine of knowledges. Or you can probably delete the forge fountain, unless you want to keep it as a souvenir. You can store it, I believe, which is annoying. But yeah, delete that eventually. Yeah, other than that, I think it's really nice. So, unless you have any other questions, I think I will move on. Because, yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming for too much longer. Cranky Tank, that's you, Jason, I believe. Yep, that's you, Jason, so you're still around. B. Yep, thanks. Alright, Ben, thanks for showing us your city. And let's have a quick look at Cranky Tank, Guardians, Space Age Mars. Alright, let's have a look. Yep, indeed, very nice full set layout. So this one, that looks a bit like some of my designs, but not quite so. Imagine you probably worked on this yourself. Looks really nice. Quite a nice mix of attack, defense, and, as I mentioned, goods and so on. Yeah, that's quite nice. You have the wildflower set as well, really nice. Yeah, that's the same one I have in my city. One of the longest Statue of Honor trains I've seen. Train as well, really nice. I can quickly class. Yeah, I can have a look at yours afterwards, class, but that's gonna be the last one for today. Alright, so very nicely, neatly organized. These long rows of 3x3, 4x4 buildings and so on. Your design based on mine. Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah, really nice. Here, I'm guessing you're using that for military building perhaps, and also event buildings for events and stuff, I imagine. So yeah, quite nice here. Connecting these big buildings there with one road. Perhaps you're able to change things up a little bit and do something like this with a few more buildings, but not that big of a deal. Quite nice here with the town hall. And here, not that big of a deal that it's not that this road has only buildings on one side. Perhaps eventually you can try to work on that, but I don't know. Benny Boop, I do see some of your messages, so I'm not sure if you're sending more than I don't, but I do see some of your messages. Steel Warden, alright. Do you have these expansions here? I'm assuming you do. So it looks like you have a bit of space. Story quests need 2-lane roads, so that's the reason for the hole. Story quests, alright. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done those story quests, so I don't really remember them. So in terms of, well, as I said, it does look like you have some space to use, but if you are eventually gonna, or if you do need more space eventually, I think the first things I would look at would be the train cars, as well as the roads to victory here. Starting to become worth less and less as you move up and things become more efficient. Let's see. The beach bar, yeah, the beach bars, I would probably replace those. Actually, I don't really remember what they give, but I don't think it's good. Yeah, so I guess perhaps you're using them for event quests, but actually, I don't really. Okay, so then perhaps you are gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna use them. How big are they? 3x2. Okay, so they're actually. Okay, in that case, yeah, perhaps keep them because they're essentially the same as the. Or have the same function as the. What are they called? Sleigh builders and so on. So yeah, I guess you can keep them then. Benny Boop, if you're using some dots and so on in your message, perhaps YouTube is automatically removing them, but yeah. Cider mill as well. So yeah, 4 of those. Probably have a few more somewhere else, but yeah, that's actually perhaps even a little bit too little for events. Although you do have some space, so perhaps you're using that for blacksmiths and so on. Can be sped up. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, in that case, so I guess I learned something new because yeah, I've never built them. So yeah, I don't know. In general, really nice layout, nice buildings, so on. Not quite sure what I would improve. Perhaps try to rework the town hall a little bit, but not that big of a deal. So yeah, I think the main thing would be the train cars and the pieces here. So yeah. And yeah. So unless you have any other questions, I think I will move on. Now, one thing that I wanted to cover right now, 800 attack, 1250 defense. That's quite nice. Yeah, you get them numbers, Benny Boop. So yeah. Now, one thing I wanted to talk a little bit about was a question that one of my Patreons sent me. Atomic asked, or says, "Hi MooingCat, perhaps how to best trade goods down to earlier ages to give them to the guild to fulfill needs for guild battleground or expedition." So, how to best down trade your goods? That's something that, you know, I've been doing for, or something that a lot of people are doing, of course. And sometimes it can be quite challenging or slow to down trade goods. So yeah, he wanted to know some tips and tricks on how to improve that. And yeah, it really, or I guess the main thing, or I guess two main things. First of all, only your neighbors, guild members, and friends can take your trades. So you need to make sure that you have people in the ages you're trading in for the trades to actually be taken. So one way to speed things up might be to delete some of your friends and add more friends of the ages you're trying to trade in. That is one way you could try to speed up down trading. Another issue is that, even though in theory one oceanic future good, for example, would be worth thousands of Iron Age goods and so on, you have to consider that people have to get those goods to trade to actually get there. So if you want to speed things up, another thing you can do is, instead of doing 1 to 2 trades, so instead of, for example, doing 50 for 100 here, if those are not being taken, perhaps you can go down a bit. So 50 for 80, for example, or 50 for, 70, 75, 90, and so on. So try to offer slightly favorable trades. That might speed things up a bit as well. I wouldn't flood your guild trades or threads with down trading in general, especially if you're trying to benefit your guild, because if you down trade, your guild members or your guild members could have already used those goods, contributed to the guild if you're a good guild and so on. So yeah, so I guess the main things would be to try to get more friends in the age range you're trying to down trade in, and also if trades are going slow, try to do a bit less than wanted to incentivize people to take it a bit more. So yeah, I think that's the main things to help down trade. Another thing you could consider doing, instead of doing a bit more favorable one age down, you could even try to skip one age. So do something like that, for example. Still do 1 to 2 trades, but skip a full age. That might be another way to go. For example, many players, depending on how old your city is and so on, future era goods might be worth more than Arctic Future and Tomorrow era goods and so on. So perhaps, if not a lot of people are willing to trade you future era goods, you could skip directly down to Tomorrow era and so on. So yeah, I guess that would be my tips to try to speed things up. But yeah, people are reluctant to take the trades because, after all, you're spending more, or you're spending more goods than you, or giving more goods than you get, which not everybody wants to do, regardless of if it's a higher age. So yeah, try to get more friends in the age you are looking at trading, trading from and to. And if things are going too slow, do slightly more favorable trades, and hopefully that will speed things up. So yeah. So yeah, I imagine, Benny, it was probably because of this dot here. That would be my guess. And class, I need a bit more than that. I need the world you're playing on as well. Is that K? Is that US 12? No, it's US 10, okay. Almost. Kill more. Yeah, there we go. And I think I am able to do both of these at the same time. Never mind then. I actually already have the world. Okay, nice. So that one hasn't been deleted. That's nice. But yeah, let's quickly go through this tutorial. Then yeah, after these two worlds, then I'll be done for the day for the stream. As for future videos, tomorrow I'll have another beta recap, and then yeah, during the week I will release my winter event stuff. I started a bit on the written guide. I think I'll be able to finish that today or tonight, and then yeah, I'll probably, I guess I can release that possibly tomorrow and mention it in my beta recap. Yeah, then I'll make my video guides yeah, over the next couple of days. I think the winter event, I don't know, I think there's a chance it will start the next, or this Thursday on December the 1st, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the week after that on the Tuesday this, what's that, 6th, I think it was. Because yeah, that's when it has started, around there in previous years. So yeah. Why have we started the YouTube channel about Forge of Empires? Well, I started it because of my event set builder. So it started off as a way to showcase the event set builder I made in 2020. I made it during lockdown after my university classes had ended that year, and before I started on my summer job that year. I had a couple of weeks with nothing to do. So during that time I thought, why not to make the event set builder. At the time I was working on a lot of different cherry layouts and stuff. I was using an Excel sheet, but it took quite a lot of time to calculate all the stats and so on. So yeah, I wanted to make a tool. I had used the libraries I was using on the for the builder. I had used those during that semester in university, so I could just reapply that. Made the tool. Took a couple of weeks to get the main things going. So then I decided to make a video about it, showcasing it. And quite fortunately, I suppose, right after I made it, the fall set started. And of course the fall set, very popular. Still one of my most popular videos, the one I made on the fall set. I think it was 2021 fall set video I made. But yeah, early on when I made the fall set video, that got really popular. Got a couple of thousand views, I think about over 10,000 quite quickly during that period. So yeah, that made me want to make more videos. I then made some videos, or some more event videos, and then the Aztec settlement started on beta, so I decided quite randomly to make a video on that, and that was quite popular as well. So I continued making daily videos on that, actually. I think it was. Yeah, daily videos. And yeah, that just continued. So then eventually I made some event videos. Those became really popular. And then, I just continued making event videos. That's kind of the main thing. So yeah. Happy camper. Legends never die. I really like that song. If it's the League of Legends one, I really like that. All right, let's have a look. So, Industrial Age is this regular regular city, or are you doing higher aid units? My guess would be a regular city, but yeah, you never know. So the first thing I noticed, you do have quite a few unfinished buildings, which, of course, if you're just a casual player, that's alright, but I would try a bit harder to get the main building fully leveled during events if you really want to get full advantage out of them. Because yeah, you have quite a few unfinished buildings, which is quite wasteful. Regular city, alright. So yeah, going forward, I would try a bit more during the event if you're able to. And as the events come back around, try to finish off all of these buildings to get them fully leveled. So yeah, that's one of the things I would try to focus on. Ah, your crescents, okay, I see. I see. Yeah. In terms of the layout, overall it's quite alright, quite nice, neatly organized. One of the main things I would work or change would be the Arctic orangery in here. Rows on two sides is a bit wasteful. So I would try perhaps place it down here, for example. That's, yeah, this is enough tiles, so you could place it down here, for example. That might be a place to build it. Quite nice here with these two big buildings. You could also try something like this with 3 roads, but it's perfectly fine, quite alright. Here we go. So yeah, I think the main thing is just you know, play a bit more, get them to play more during the events, and finish off these buildings. Eventually, if you want to replace buildings, the contestants' estates are not that good anymore. Shrine of Knowledge, Little Wishing Wells, for example, Aviary. Lord's Manor is alright, I think, for what you have, what's in the city right now. The King and Queen, not that great. So yeah. And yeah, focus on getting the arc fully leveled or higher leveled. That's yeah, some of the first things I would do. Yeah, in terms of that. Yeah, layout is quite alright. Bazaar is another building we can probably replace eventually. Victory towers, yeah. As long as you don't need the space, you can just keep them, but eventually just replace those. Especially when you get the arc up and running, they're not going to be that useful anymore. Tactician's towers, watchfires, they're not good, so you can just replace those. And yeah, just keep on upgrading the buildings you have. Or eventually store them until you get them fully leveled. What do you go for next after you've reached arc 180? I guess it depends, but if you look at my city, for example, I would probably get the... Even though I don't do recurring quests, perhaps the Chateau for example, for diamonds, when the next stage comes around, quicker goods and so on. The Alcatraz, of course. Personally, perhaps the Himeji, not because it's good, but I like the building, so getting it fully leveled would be nice, I suppose. Getting it higher level. And then I guess Suez, CDM, Koa, Terracotta Army, the attacking buildings. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Benny, unless you have any specific questions, I think I will move on to Jordan real quick because yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream quite soon, so yeah, not gonna spend too much time. What's your attack depth in the city? How far will you come in Guild Battlegrounds? I have 2,570, 1,400. And I don't really know, I don't really play that much Guild Battlegrounds, but I can probably get to 100, I imagine. And perhaps a bit above, especially with selective choice of battles. So I don't really know. Don't really do that much Guild Battlegrounds. Is it Jordan 1? I think I looked at your city a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did, okay. Ah, I remember. So yeah, I think it's the same as we talked about last time. Some of these buildings here. Try not to have them connected on two sides here, and try to fill in spaces like here, for example. And when you get more expansions, I would keep it a rectangle like this, and yeah, fill in all of these eventually when you do get the expansions, because this is quite difficult to get that good of a layout when you have expansions here and there. You don't really know which of these you have available, but it's quite. Yeah, it's a bit more challenging when things are spread out in all directions like that. So yeah, this is quite alright. But yeah. I remember, yeah, I remember talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Not sure if you have done too much since then, but yeah, if you have any specific questions, I'll answer. But yeah, I do want to end in not too long, so yeah, if you have any specific questions, let me know. Otherwise, perhaps it would be better to have a look, yeah, in a couple of weeks, perhaps, if you've done some bigger changes. So yeah, let me, while I wait for some, if you're still here. Yeah, nothing's really happened here. That's one shame, not a lot happening during the weekends in the spoiler section, but yeah, not really a lot to talk about, so haven't really talked about it at all during this stream. I see some of these have already been removed, interesting. But yeah, we have some. It looks like you are able to buy these, the cherry pieces, probably in the spring event going forward. What are the best buildings for force points and attack? I wouldn't really look at it that way. Look at it from event to event, which you're able to get. Because I can say that the fall set is best, but you can't get it for almost a year, so it doesn't really matter too much what's best, but what's the best one you can get during the next event. Which is something that I cover in my guide, or will cover in my guide when that comes out. So yeah, I wouldn't really think of it that way. At least at this stage of your city, I would focus on event to event. What's next? Nope, Benny, no guild expedition level 5 updates. My main unit to fight with in Jupiter is the flying unit, but the harpoon grenadier is probably better, but I just use it because I find it easier, mainly because I don't have to change out 2 units, because with the grenadiers it would be those and rogues, but with the flying units I can just use all 8 of them. So yeah. What can we buy them for? Not quite sure what you're talking about, Rex. Probably something I said a minute ago, but I've forgotten. What was I talking about? Not quite sure what I was talking about. Oh, I see. These. We don't know. This is a spoiler section, so with no official information. But probably for real money. That's what it looks like. Looks like this is offers that you can buy for that you can spend real money on. So probably not something that I'm gonna go for, but personally, but yeah, because you have these options here with the castle points, castle system points. So probably gonna have to spend diamonds to buy real money to buy them. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's all for the stream today. We're going for 2.5 hours. Yeah, getting a bit tired in my throat, in my voice. So I think that's it for today. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, tomorrow I should have my beta recap out, and then I will probably have the winter event guide, I think, tomorrow, and then during the next couple of days I will start releasing my videos for a winter event. My plan is to have a couple, to have 3 or 4 of them. I've mentioned it a few times. I will have one focusing on the mechanics, one focusing on daily specials or rewards in general, and one focusing on strategies. And I think I will actually have a dedicated one, probably, on why I do not recommend going for the calendar at all. But yeah, that's something I'll talk about in those videos. Alright, I think that's it for this stream. So thanks a lot for joining. Have a good rest of the weekend. Hopefully you're doing all right. And yeah, I will stream next weekend as well, the regular time. And I'll do that for the next couple of weeks. I will be away for 2 weeks during the winter, the Christmas period. I will not stream then, but yeah, I will be streaming for the next couple of weeks. So, thanks for joining, and I will see you tomorrow in the video and next weekend for my live stream then. So, take care. Bye.